The CID headquarters was unusually silent that evening, the kind of silence that feels heavy, like it knows something terrible is coming. Inspector Abe walked in with his usual calm but sharp gaze, holding a thin case file marked in red ink, Project Echo. No details, no background, just a USB taped to the front. The team gathered as he inserted it into the system, and the moment the audio started playing, everyone froze. A rich, emotional voice filled the room, Steve Ray Ladson, known for his soulful covers in the AGT music room, singing, "Change the World." At first, it seemed like just another performance, heartfelt and warm. But Abe had spent years chasing criminals who hid secrets behind normal faces. He sensed something off immediately. The emotion in Steve's voice wasn't artistic, it was desperate. Every note trembled like it was carrying a wound, a cry buried under melody. Dr. Tara, sitting near the spectrogram analysis screen, frowned as she noticed something strange. "Wait. Stop." Abe paused the audio instantly. Tara scrubbed back and amplified a section under Steve's vocals. A faint metallic clatter emerged, almost unnoticeable unless someone knew what to listen for. "Those aren't stage sounds," she whispered. "That's metal, like chains." Abe leaned forward, narrowing his eyes. CID never believed in coincidences. Play the full waveform. As Tara expanded the spectrogram, patterns appeared. Short pulses, long pulses, spaced deliberately. Dr. Salunke entered, glancing at the pattern. "This looks like coded transmission." "Morse?" They decoded the pattern. The room grew colder with every symbol translated. HELP. Abe clenched his jaw. A man singing for help, not with words, but with rhythm. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. CID had handled ransom messages, encrypted emails, even confessions hidden in paintings, but never a cry for help buried inside a song performed on a global platform. The more they listened, the more clues they found. A soft echo behind the chorus, like footsteps pacing in a confined space. A sudden dip in vocal tone exactly 3 seconds after the bridge, unusual, unnatural, like someone was forcing the singer to stay in line. Tara analyzed the audio reverb. This wasn't recorded in a studio. The acoustics, there's concrete, high ceilings, maybe a warehouse. A warehouse, chains, coded plea for help. Someone wasn't just in danger, they were being held captive. Abe opened Steve's background file, musician, session artist, no criminal record. But then a note caught his eye, once associated with underground musicians linked to black market gigs. The kind of gigs where money laundering, illegal deals, and threats blended with the sound of applause. He replayed the song's final chorus, and there, barely audible, was a choked breath. Not musical. Not intentional. Human. Frightened. "This is no performance," Abe said quietly. "Someone forced him to sing. And someone is trapped." CID located Steve Ray Ladson at an old industrial zone outside the AGT studio, where abandoned buildings stood like silent witnesses to forgotten crimes. The evening sky was bruised purple, and the air smelled of rust and danger. Steve stood in the middle of a deserted warehouse, his guitar hanging loosely from his hand as if it were the last piece of comfort he had left in the world. Inspector Abe stepped inside first, his footsteps echoing sharply. Steve didn't run, he simply lowered his head, as though he had already accepted his fate. "We heard your message," Abe said quietly. "The chains, the code, the word help. Tell me where she is." For a moment, Steve didn't speak. His eyes glistened with the weight of secrets he had been carrying alone. Finally, he whispered, "I didn't know who else to reach. They watch me. They own every move I make. But I had to try." Abe moved closer. "Who is she, Steve?" Steve's breath trembled. "Mira. My girlfriend. She's a sound engineer. She tried to help me escape the gang I once worked for, dark gigs, illegal money, things I should never have touched. His voice cracked as guilt twisted through him. They said if I tried leaving again, they'd kill her. And then, they took her. The team exchanged grim looks. Dr. Tara added softly, "You encoded her location into the song, didn't you?" Steve nodded. "Every chord progression, every reverberation. I built the message into the music. Using the only language they wouldn't understand." His love had turned from light into shadow, a desperate fight against the men who controlled him. And CID understood now, the song wasn't a performance. It was a cry from a man drowning in darkness, fighting to save the only light left in his life. The final clue hidden in Steve's song, a sequence of chords matching the blinking pattern of old streetlights, led CID straight to Dockyard 17, a long-abandoned shipping area where silence felt almost alive. The wind carried the scent of salt and rust, whispering warnings as the team moved through rows of forgotten containers. Each step echoed like a countdown. Abe signaled his team to spread out. Tara followed the acoustic resonance data Steve had described. One container, darker than the rest, showed faint scratches around the lock, the kind made by desperate hands. Abe drew his gun, counted down silently, and rammed the door open. Inside, Mira sat chained to a steel chair, weak but conscious. Her eyes widened with a mixture of fear and hope. Tara rushed to her side, checking her pulse. "You're safe now," she whispered, though they all knew danger was still close. A sudden thud echoed through the dock. Shadows emerged, 5 men, armed, the gang that had controlled Steve for years. The leader smirked coldly. "You should have stayed in your lane, singer boy." Steve stepped forward from behind CID, rage burning through his fear. "You used my music to wash your blood money. You took Mira because she told me to walk away. I won't let you hurt her again." The fight erupted like an explosion. Abe and the team moved with precision, exchanging gunfire and tackling the men through metal corridors. Steve lunged at the gang leader, taking a blow to the ribs but refusing to fall. His determination, born from dark love and guilt, fueled every punch until the man collapsed. By dawn, the gang was in cuffs. Mira leaned against Steve, trembling but alive. Abe glanced at them and said quietly, "Even in darkness, love finds a way to speak." "Yours sang loud enough for us to hear."